What's up, everybody? It's Dan Bazzani again, and I have kind of a cool... We live in a very strange world right now. It is March 30th, 2020, and in USA, no one is allowed to go outside or cough on each other, or, you know, there's a couple other things you're really not supposed to do, like come within 10 feet of each other if you don't know them and if you haven't already been hanging out with them. So, one of the things that's been happening that's very strange, but actually is kind of neat, is that we're using different forms of communication in order to meet. One of those forms is a website called Zoom.us, which is an excellent website for it's an excellent website for doing group meetings and meetings in general. So a lot of churches and a lot of just schools or groups that used to meet in person are now using things like Zoom in order to connect to their people. And so a lot of people are using this, but not a whole lot of people know how to use it. And so my wife asked me to make this video, and I think it's a great idea to help people secure their Zoom meeting. Now, nothing is 100% secure, and your users are going to be your biggest variable there, but there is some things we can do. So first things first, let me just move this a little bit so that I can, let me do this. That'll work. I kind of want this to go to the top. Is there a way to do that? I don't know. Oh my goodness, I didn't even capitalize that. Goodness gracious, Bazzani. All right. Okay, anyway, so didn't capitalize this one either. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Oh, okay. Whew. I feel better now. So let's go ahead and sign in. I'm going to try and gray out some of this stuff in post. My editing skills are not that great, but if I can't, then this video will never see the light of day. Anyway, so I'm going to try and edit out some of these things in post because they're going to have a bunch of passwords on them. Mostly it's going to be passwords to the to the test meeting, which is scheduled for now, which is the middle of the night. So it's not a big deal. But you got to be really careful with your meeting passwords and your meeting emails. Do not share them. If you share them, there's nothing you can do. The guy's going to get in. But and some people, if they're smart enough, they're going to get in anyway. So, but this is kind of to make you the least likely target, make you the hardest target in the group. Touching my face and I'm not supposed to be. Anyway, here we go. So this is not, by the way, this is not my research. This is actually this lady's over here. I'm going to put her on the screen real quick. This is her article. It's called How to Keep Your Zoom Calls Protected Against Zoom Bombing, which is an excellent thing to do. You don't actually want to get Zoom bombed at all if you can help it. And it's on this website, refinery29.com. I have no idea who or what that is, but it was sent to me by my wife, and by one of her friends. So it's usually pretty clean. But Zoom bombing is very bad. It's where someone jumps into your Zoom meeting and just messes it up by being rude and evil and stupid or foolish. We don't like to say stupid in our house. So let's take a look. But yeah, give this lady some love. Share her stuff and post it on Facebook and all that other jazz. All right, it's a good article. But these are basically the bullet points that I pulled out of the article, and that should be helpful. So right here, number one thing is block screen sharing global host. Oh, let me sign in. Okay, so first things first is you're going to sign in here. You don't have to create a username and password if you don't mind sharing your Google stuff. I already did this for my wife. And so my wife has these other meetings. I need to remember to gray these guys out so you can't see them, so you can't see the meeting IDs. We'll see if that even happens. But up here, we have this test meeting. No, I'm sorry. So the number one thing you're going to do, number one, is block screen sharing in your global settings. Okay? So what you want to do is when you log in here, it should look like this. If it doesn't look like this, it's going to look like this. Okay, it's going to look a little bit weird. Okay, if you're looking for settings and this is all you see, click this little caret to the right thingy or greater than sign, and it will give you these options here. And one of them is settings. Click on settings. Go to advanced settings, which is, I'm just going to move this open because it gives you more options. Settings, advanced, down here at the bottom, advanced, okay? And then you're going to go to, thanks robot, work with me here. Okay, so if you go up here, these are the basic settings at the top, okay? Advanced settings are down here. Security. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Never mind. Okay, advanced settings. So the place you can get to advanced settings from, if you go to settings and then you go down to in meeting basics. I'm sorry, in meeting basic. Let me put the parentheses in here. Okay. Locate where it says who can share. Who can share? See it? Okay. Click host only, and then this will automatically say host only, but who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? Okay, let's go back to settings. So, block screen sharing. You can also block screen sharing inside the Zoom call. So if I go into my meeting, all right, and we go into the meeting, let's start the meeting. Okay, yep, open Zoom meetings, that's fine. Bing, right? Yvette Bizani, that's my wife. Okay, so inside the meeting, you can go to settings. It's gotta be settings. Advanced sharing. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. One participant can share at a time. Okay, that's what you want. And then advanced sharing, only the host. Who can share? Only the host. You can change this on the fly during your meeting. Okay, but when you start, only the host. Screen sharing. Desktop screen share for users, turn off. Okay, yeah, no, that's correct. So you want to go here and disable desktop screen share for users. Just turn it off. If you need to share with someone, you'll have to figure that out. When you test this out, turn this off first and see if that works. Now, what does these settings do? It doesn't allow someone to just share their screen without a reason or approval. Okay, so if you don't want someone to share their screen with something inappropriate, turn these settings off. Okay, now the next one is use a password. What does that mean? Let me show you. Require a password when scheduling new meetings. Okay, right here, I think this is also under basics or above basics actually. Yeah, it's just under schedule a meeting. Go down to here where it says require a password when scheduling new meetings. Make sure that's on, okay? And what that does, that generates a little code, and I'll show you it. Okay, and you look, there's gonna be a meeting, and I'm gonna delete this meeting so you guys can't mess with it, but there's a meeting ID right here, okay? But then there's a password, okay? And there's a password link. Or I should say a link with an embedded password and encrypted password in it. So what that means is if you have the link, you have access to the website, to the meeting, okay? So do not share this with anyone who you don't know is not gonna throw garbage into your meeting, okay? Because they can still do audio and they can still do their video in the meeting. So you got to be really careful, okay? So this is very important to protect. So send it in an email form. If you're inviting someone to come and you know who they are, you have a bit of a relationship with them, give this to them. Don't just post this on Facebook and say, hey, everybody come to our little meeting. That's a bad plan. So from settings, you can go to User Management, Group Management. Click on your group. Inside the group, go to File, Transfer. I'm guessing that's under Meeting. Oh, File Transfer. Hosts and participants can send files through in-meeting chat. You can turn that off. Turn off. Done. Okay? Now, the interesting thing is that is also in the global settings. So you can turn that off if you want to. Transfer. Yeah, you can turn it back on. You can also limit what type of files you want transferred. You could say PDF files or only Word doc files, or only, if you know the file extension, you can comma separate the file extensions that you're okay with. If that doesn't make any sense to you and you're just freaked out and you don't want people transferring files and transferring viruses in your meeting, just uncheck mark that, turn that off, and you're golden. Now, in that group, those people cannot transfer files. So that's good. So if you're doing a small group and you're just going to be teaching, maybe you don't need them to have your files, turn that off. If you're going to do like a staff meeting and you do need to transfer files like a PowerPoint, or you want to send someone a list of names that they need to call, or something to that effect for administrative purposes, you can turn that on for the different groups. So you would create a new group here, add a group, you could say staff. And in your description, you could put with file transfer, okay? And you could just add it. And then you can see it, description, staff with file transfer, and you could do this test one. You could rename the group description to test no file transfer. So if that might be your small group. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, right? So you can do a bunch of different things also where you add group admins and things like that. I'm not going to get into all that. And then participants can't rejoin if removed. Okay, there's two parts to this that you got to be really smart about, okay? Number one is if you're in a meeting and someone starts putting up some terrible stuff or saying some terrible things, go ahead and remove them. I think you can just right click on them and select remove. No, I'm sorry. If you go into user management, group management, okay? Let's say we're doing small group this week, okay? And you go into meeting and you do in meeting basic right here. Go down to where it says, which I think is really close to the end. Allow removed participants to rejoin. Okay? Turn it off. Because you do not want people to rejoin that you had to remove. Because you're going to spend the whole meeting just rejoining and just kicking them out again. So it's going to waste your time, it's going to waste your meeting, and they're going to get what they want, which is they wanted to just mess up your meeting. Okay? So that's really important. Try to look at those settings. The most important ones, I think, is number 6. Participants can't rejoin if removed. I actually set this on my wife's account on the global settings. Because if you go to global settings, it's actually down here. There it is. I'm sorry. It's right above in meeting advanced. Oh yeah, that's what this says. I'm a dork. Yeah. Ha! Okay. So it's right above in meeting advanced. It's the last setting in basic. It says allow removed participants to rejoin. Turn that off. Okay. It should be gray. Blue is on. Gray is off. So gray is no. So if it says allow removed participants to rejoin, no, they're not allowed. It means they can't come back in. So remember, block screen sharing for everyone but the host. Number 1. You can also block screen sharing inside of the meeting if you didn't do it globally, but if you do it globally, you don't got to worry about it. Now the global settings, though, you have to set before you create a meeting. You set it after the meeting, you may have to do it manually. Okay, and that's when that thing that I showed you is really important. If you've already built your meeting and you set these settings afterwards, then when you go into your meeting and you start it, you got to go in here, go to this screen sharing option right here, go to advanced sharing, click only host, and one participant can share at a time. So it's just you. And then you're done. Just hit X. You don't have to save or nothing. It's automatically saved. So that's it. I hope that's helpful. If you guys have any questions, you can just shoot me some comments in the messages below, or you can reach me on LinkedIn. I am at Daniel Bazzani, one word. You can find this video on YouTube, Daniel Bazzani, or youtube.com/Daniel Bazzani. It'll be the one about Zoom security meeting settings. Zoom security settings. Setting your Zoom security. I don't know what it's going to be called. Something about Zoom, something about security, something about don't let people mess up your meeting. All right. Hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, please let me know. All right. Peace. God bless you. Please share this video if it's helpful to you or to your church or to your friends, family, whatever. Please like, share, and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe if you can. If you want tech support, I do tech supports. I think I'm going to start doing Saturday nights because my wife is very smart. She said, probably going to get more people on Saturday nights. I'm doing a live stream every weekend, either Sunday night at 8 or Saturday night at 8. Pretty sure it's going to start being Saturday night at 8. So please come join me. I think it's a lot of fun. We do a bunch of tech support. Sometimes I play a video game while we're waiting for tech support questions to come in. But I always talk to the people who are in my chat window. So it's a lot of fun. And sometimes I'll have a topic like, I don't know, shoot me something in the comments below if you want me to talk about something at length on that live stream. Otherwise, you can just come watch me fly spaceships, which is a lot of fun, and try to deliver products without getting blown up by pirates. They're virtual, but it's still a little bit fun. Okay, that's all I got. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I will answer all those comments, and I hope this finds you well. Peace. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye.